Hello, everyone. This is Michael for Week 15 Video Journal Response. So, uh, Chapter 9 and Chapter 15 together, to me, painted a picture of an industry facing enormous challenges, both external and internal, but also experimenting in creative ways to survive and thrive. So, with Chapter 15, what really stood out to me, excuse me, was how Broadway was described as being at a crossroad. The chapter opens by discussing shows like Old Calcutta, which pushed boundaries to the point that, in my opinion, some productions seem to flirt with outright perversion. At the same time, the theater industry faced skyrocketing production costs and financial instability. It felt like Broadway was at risk of losing its identity or relevance. Yet, the chapter also highlights solutions that revitalize the industry. The British mega musicals produced by Cameron Mackintosh, for example, demonstrated the large scale, spectacle driven shows that could draw massive audiences. And what really caught my attention was Disney's entry into Broadway. So, Disney. Disney is a Disney's interesting. We'll just say that. But anyway, so now you have Disney theatrical productions, and they took a huge gamble creating shows like Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid, and The Lion King. And their strategy for them ultimately paid off, showing that family friendly, visually stunning productions could rival British mega hits and also guarantee strong financial returns. And for me, this illustrates that Broadway's survival was much more, was much about business savvy and understanding audience desires as it was about artistic innovation. And from chapter 9, I noticed a complementary trend. Audiences at the same time were discontented with the present and longed for a simpler, earlier era, which is why shows like Grease were so successful. Originally intended as a parody, Grease became a way for people to relive their youth and experience nostalgia in the midst of social and political upheaval. So, through events like the Reagan years, Wall Street scandals, and more, all of these things that happened during the 70s, 80s, and 90s, you see a longing for nostalgia. So, with revivals of classic musicals like Carousel, Annie Get Your Gun, and Guys and Dolls, these shows all provided comfort and stability, showing that familiar stories could be just as valuable as new, innovative work. Another takeaway from both chapters is how Broadway balanced escapism and experimentation. While nostalgia and revivals offered reassurance, innovators like Andrew Lloyd Webber and Disney were introducing new forms of spectacle and storytelling. Again, mega musicals, techno musicals, and just visually stunning family productions offered audiences both emotional relief and cutting edge theatrical experiences. And so it's fascinating to see how Broadway responds to societal pressures by blending comfort and creativity. So overall, just reflecting on the readings, they left me reflecting on the resilience and adaptability of Broadway. Whether through nostalgia, innovative storytelling, or strategic spectacle, the industry survived by understanding its audiences and experimenting with what musicals could be. So it wasn't just surviving, it was learning how to evolve. And I think that that is a lesson that feels very relevant even today. Thank you.